Hello again, I'm Nathan, welcome back to WasntMyFault, and this is Vampyr. A little bit of a different one this time. I've spent about an hour playing Vampyr, and then I finished recording, tried to edit it, and the file is corrupt. Serves me right for using OBS and MP4. It does warn you if there's any problems you lose the file, and I have, so I've lost an entire hour of gameplay. Oh joy. And I can't redo it because the game auto saves all the time. So, quick rundown of what has happened so far. Okay, so as you may remember, I was in the sewers with the Skulls, and I spoke to the old Skull, and I spoke to the old lady from the hospital who's now, I'm sure, turning into something quite nasty that I'll have to dispatch of later. So I made my way back to Sean. So I spoke to him about what is happening. Obviously, he is eating human flesh. Dead flesh. He's not actually killing people, but he is eating flesh of the dead, which he seems to think is perfectly acceptable, and he can carry on, as he always has, doing what he does quite happily. So I came up with an idea. It actually gave me the choice, after speaking to him. I could kill him, and just embrace him and drink all his blood and have done with him, or I could leave him be and just let him carry on and hope that he doesn't go into a mad bloodthirst and kill lots of people, or I could feed him my blood at a cost of about, I think it was 500 experience, and kind of cure him a little bit and turn him more vampire than Skull. Interesting choices. So, Sean was not that happy with the idea. He thinks it's against God's will, because he has been made into what he is and he should continue as he is. I then cut my wrist and offered him my blood, which of course then the bloodlust took a little bit of him and he took my blood. I'm not sure exactly what will happen. It did warn me now that this action will have consequences in the area, so I'm going to have to wait and see what happens next time I rest. I have quite a lot of experience now. I think I've over 5,000 experience that I need to use, but if I could do this for him, what if somebody else gets injured and I can save them by turning them? That might take more experience, so should I save some experience because I'm not doing too bad with the fight at the moment? Interesting idea. So, after there, I had a few more things to do. I thought I'd investigate the bomb site that we all know and love. Okay, so I wandered down to Southwark and found the bomb site. As you can see, there is a grave there. So I wandered around the local area and found some flowers and placed them on the grave as I told Dyson Delaney that I would do. I did encounter some guards of pre-run, but they're getting quite easy to murder. As you see, this isn't actually taken from my game. I'm a lot higher level than that, so this is just a picture I took from the internet, because I obviously can't redo it. I'm not wandering around to all the locations just to take screenshots, just to do this short recap video. So I've done that. So I thought I'd have a wander around Southwark a little bit more and found some other stuff. Now in Southwark there is a mass grave. As you can see there, you can see all the dead bodies around the outside, and in the middle is a mass grave. And wandering around I realised this is the place that Edwina Cox asked me to go to find her grave diggers. They were going there to steal stuff off the corpses, and I found they were all dead. One of them had my pocket watch that was taken from me when I was thrown into the mass grave. So yeah, nice. So I got my pocket watch back, so that's quite good. But there was a note as well saying one of the wet boot boys had seen a monster of some kind drinking blood. Nobody believed him. They think he's a bit of a nutcase, but he did warn them that something's going to happen to him, and they've all been killed by it there. So I found lots and lots of little bits and pieces around all the dead bodies, because I've of course been looting as well. So yeah, nice. So it's not much else there, just lots of dead bodies, lots of loot, and that letter, which I can always recap on later because obviously I have it in my inventory. There was another thing I just remembered, I completely forgot about. Great. When I left the night asylum after turning Sean into more of a vampire, I ran into old Ichabod the vampire hunter, and there was another dead body. This dead body had been thrown from the roof, so he was a little bit shaken by it because obviously the body was dead already, and the strength it would take for somebody to lift somebody up onto the roof and throw them off. And a little bit scared. He expects it's a vampire because there are also bite wounds on the neck. Interestingly, on the body we found a wallet, so I know the address, so I can investigate that, but he had my mother's brooch. Where did that come from? I have a funny feeling my sister is wandering around somewhere and I'll have to encounter her at some point. So that should be interesting. So I then headed back to the docks so I could speak to Dyson Delaney. Okay, so there's Dyson. If you remember, he's the drunk of the area and he's always hanging around in that turtle something of a pub. I always forget the name of it. So I went to him and let him know that I put some flowers on the grave for him and gave him my condolences for his loss. It turns out he didn't actually lose anybody. No. The car that the people were killed in were innocent bystanders. It turns out Dyson, as we know, is a bit of an activist, was setting a bomb in the factory there. And there's never been any cars parked there before, so he thought it was going to be quite safe. Only the family parked there and he killed them all. So that's why he's a useless drunk now. He feels guilty for what he did. He can't get past the pain, so he drinks his sorrows away. So yeah, we find out a little bit more about his background and why he's a drunk these days. Understandably, I suppose, he was trying to do something that he thought was good as a munitions factory, and he was trying to destroy that to make a point against war and so on. So yeah, he was kind of trying to do something, but in a completely wrong way, and killed lots of people, so that was kind of bad. Next up, Edwina Cox. Okay, so we know Edwina Cox is head of the Wet Boat Boys, so I let her know about the dead bodies, because obviously she asked me to investigate where all the grave diggers went that she sent out to loot all the dead bodies of the mass grave. They're of course dead. I did have the choice of tell her they're dead or say I didn't find anything. I decided to tell her they're all dead, and she in turn gave me a bit of a reward, some money, and said that she would stop people from going there in future if it's that dangerous, which of course it is that dangerous. So that's a good thing. So nobody else will be going there, so I don't have to worry about people getting there and getting killed. So that's quite good. It doesn't sound like a lot happened, but there's a lot of walking around. I had to go across the bridge to go to Southwark and back and forth and so on. So there's a lot happening, lots of guards pre-went to kill. Found a few more home bases, that's quite good. So I've got some more shelters as well, all over the place. And that's really about it, to be honest. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that does take up about an hour. So yeah, all my side quests are currently complete. I've got new side quests. I said for that guy's dead body, I need to investigate that and go to his house. That's what I'll be doing in the next episode. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame that my recording failed completely, but these things happen. I'm changing the format now to FLV instead. I'll then have to recode it and so on before editing it, but well, if it's safer and it stops me from losing the record again, that's a good thing. So thanks a lot for watching, and come see me again soon. Hit the like button as well. Bye bye.